This Kuro list was created by the one, the only Kin329. Link will be in the description below, and I gotta give all credits to Kin because this build single-handedly changed my mind on Kuro. How's it going, everybody? My name is Ryan, aka Blackbeard TCG, and in today's video we will be talking about Kuro, one of the new leaders in OP03. Now, first and foremost, I do want to say thank you to all of the love that I have received on my Whitebeard guide, my complete Whitebeard guide for OP02. If you guys have not seen that video as of yet, go ahead and click the card in the top right. I would really appreciate it. I've gotten so much love on that video with all the likes, all the comments, all the support that I've gotten on Twitter and all those things. I'm going to try to put out the content for all the new OP02 meta leaders that is going to be coming up, so that way you guys can be prepared when OP02 comes, and hopefully you guys can top some locals and maybe win some box events. So with that being said, let's talk about Kuro. Why do I want to talk about Kuro? Why am I excited about Kuro? Now, if you guys remember, I made a video with Asif Chaz and we were talking about the leaders that we're most excited for, and I wasn't too excited for Kuro. Chaz definitely sold me on Kuro a little bit more, and I have to say he was right. He's seen the potential in this leader and I didn't, and he was 100% right because, you know, after looking at Kin's build and people have been performing with it, I think Kuro is going to be good. Now, with that being said, it's still early days and Whitebeard is absolutely running amok, running rampage in OP03 in Asia. But again, we have to see how the meta develops, but people are still performing with these Kuro builds. Now, Kin is also a huge advocate of Kid, mono green Kid, but now with the Eats Blue package. So Mono Green Kid continues to be strong in OP01, OP02, and now OP03. We see people thanking Kin for the list being able to perform. Everything is thanks to his list, his builds, right? This person also topping at their locals. This person also topping. And this is all week one. Shout out to Kin. If somebody created a Kuro list like this before that, I apologize, but I need to give all credit to Kin because they are the ones that I've seen post this list first and seen people, person after person, thanking Kin for the list and excited to play it, right? So I have to give all credit to them. Now, let's go ahead and talk about the build. Don Krieg is the first card I want to talk about. So on play, you could trash one card from your hand, KO up to 2 of your opponent's trusted characters with a cost of 4 or less. So really, really good. Can start to set things up, allow you to clear their board, get rid of any chump blockers and anything like that. Maybe force them to use Marco ability. Marco's already rested. Force them to ditch a card out of their hand just to keep the Marco alive. There's different things that you could do depending on game state, right? But the thing that makes it really interesting is that with one Dawn, it gets double attack, meaning it is 8k at the very least with double attack, and you could play it as early as turn 3. Now, where it gets really spicy is when you have access to Django. Now, if you guys don't know what Django does, let me show you. So on play, choose one of the following effects. You could set your leader or one of your East Blue characters with a cost of 6 or less to active. Yeah, so Don Krieg, you can go ahead and put him to active. So there is a world, and funnily enough, I have tested this on Tabletop Simulator. There's a world where you can very easily swing with Don Krieg, double hit, Django, restand Don Krieg, swing again, double hit, 4 life gone. Now, of course, after the first double hit, your opponent's getting 2 cards to hand because of, like, they take it from their life, so they potentially have more counter. But just the fact that you have access to this tool just makes it so much better. The other thing that makes Django really fun and interesting is the fact that he can rest any of your opponent's characters. That's right, it does not have a cost requirement. In addition to that, Karubi also has this, right? On play, if your leader has an East Blue type, rest one of your opponent's characters. Now, this is really cool because obviously you have ways to pop things that are 4 or less. You have the abilities to rest cards as well, be it with the Okiku, with Izo if you want to play. You could obviously use Izo, rest something, play Trafalgar Law, you have a blocker on board, bounce back to Izo, back to your hand, play your Nami, search, right? Like there's many different combos that you could do. But again, you're also able to control the board, pop things with a cost of 4 or less. You have access to Chu, who can do things like that. You have access to Geen as well, who's really cool. And then of course you have Don Krieg. So there's many different ways for you to deal with those 4 costs and lower. But then when it comes to those higher costs, you have access to Django and Kurobi to also rest those. And don't think you only have to focus on those 4 costs or lower, right? You can go ahead and pump up your other characters and then swing into those characters that are now rested, right? The beauty of Kuro is that Kuro can go ahead and swing twice. So you have to remember that as well. Now, in order to utilize his ability, he needs access to East Blue characters. And so that's why you see that we run the 4 copies of Alvida and 4 copies of Momu, because they're just cheap cards that you could play. You can swing with them if needed. But of course, they're just there that you could easily just play them and use your Kuro ability when you have to. Now, I think that what Kuro is missing, I feel that when OPO4 comes out, if they continue to get some more support, I think that if it can get some more early game support, that'd be nice. And maybe if it can get something that's a little bit more viable in the late game after Don Krieg, because right now it's kind of like a Don Krieg meme deck, I guess you could say. I don't know. It's interesting. It's super fun to play actually on Tabletop Simulator. So I highly recommend anybody that's interested, go ahead and check it out because I do think that it's fun. I do think that it's interesting. I think it's a good concept. And I highly recommend that you guys, once again, follow Kin on Twitter. They are going to be posting a note as well, talking about all of the new spicy tech that they have not posted on Twitter as of yet. You know, people have been messaging Kin in the DMs trying to get that spice. You know, I'm trying to get that spice too. But stay tuned because they are going to be posting all of the secrets. So if you are interested in that, make sure to check them out, check out their notes, and show them support as well. Because people are having fun with this deck. People are bringing it to locals. People are bringing it to week 1 events and performing with it. Obviously, again, Whitebeard is really strong, but these builds have potential. Let me know your thoughts. Were you guys already hyped for Kuro after seeing this? Does this make you a little bit more excited? Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comment section below, and I will catch you guys later. Peace.